Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Sodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Nachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Pavrikacharya Satara Sada Shishimana Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Praise to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinda ki jai. Jai Radha Krishna Gopa Gopanath Shai Mukunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mayapur Navadip Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47, Text number 43. Ta kim nisha smarati yasutada priyabir. Vrindavane kumuda kunda shankar ramye. Amen. Rame vanachcharana nupura rasa gostyam. Asma bir itdita manogya kata kadachit. Tam kim nisha smarati yasuta da priyabir. Vrindavane kumuda kunda shashanka ramye. Rame vanachcharana nupara rasa gostyam. Asma bir idita manogya kata kadachit. Ta kim nisha smarati yasuta da priyabir. Vrindavane kumuda kunda shashanka ramye. Rame vanachcharana nupara rasa gostyam. Asma bir idita manogya kata kadachit. Ta kim nisha smarati ashuta da priyabir. Vrindavane kumuda kunda shashanka ramye. Rame vanachcharana nupara rasa gostyam. Asma bir idi dharmanogya kata kadachit. Ta kim nisha smarati yasuta da kriyabir. Vrindavane kumuda kunda sashanka ramye. Rame vanachcharana upara rasa gostyam. Asma bir idita manogya kata kadachid. Ta kim nisha smarati yasuta da priyabir. Re me vanajcharana nupara rasa goshyam. Asma bir idita manogya kata kadachit. Taha, those. Kim, weather. Nisha, nights. Smarati, he remembers. Yasu, in which. Tada, then. Priyabi, with his beloved girlfriends. Vrindavane, in Vrindavan, in the Vrindavan forest. Kumuda, because of the lotuses. Kunda, and jasmines. Shashanka, and because of the moon. Ramye, attractive. Reme, he enjoyed. Vanat, jingling. Charananupara, where the ankle bells. Rasa Goshyam, in the party of the rasa dance. Asmabi, with us. Idita, glorified. Manogya, charming. Kataha, topic is about whom. Kadachit, ever. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Can I get a glass of water from somebody? Appreciate it. Does he recall those nights in the Vrindavan forest, lovely with lotus, jasmine, and the bright moon? As we glorified his charming pastimes, he enjoyed with us, his beloved girlfriends, in the circle of the rasa dance, which resounded with the music of ankle bells. Please repeat. Does he recall those nights in the Vrindavan forest, lovely with lotus, jasmine, and the bright moon? As we glorified his charming pastimes, he enjoyed with us, his beloved girlfriends, in the circle of the rasa dance, which resounded with the music of ankle bells. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti gives the following deep realization about this verse. The gopis knew that no place could be as beautiful as Vrindavan. Nowhere else in the universe could one find such a charming scene as the Vrindavan forest, which was scented with pious flowers and illumined by the full moon's light reflected from the serene waves of the sacred Yamuna River. No one loved Krishna as much as the gopis, and thus no one else could understand him as well. The gopis rendered intimate service to Krishna that only they could perfect. Thus the gopis were distraught to think that Lord Krishna was bereft of Vrindavan and bereft of their service. Free of all material lust, they were overwhelmed with disappointment because they could not give Krishna happiness by their loving service. They simply could not imagine Krishna enjoying anywhere else as he did in Vrindavan in their company. Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanan Gyanan Shalakaya Chakshu Unminitangena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swabadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharni Nirvasesa Shunyavadi Brashtacha Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Before continuing, I'll read the tikas of Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and I will not read Vishwanath Chakravarti's tika because it's pretty much been summarized in the purport. Jiva Goswami states, does he remember us after obtaining the city women? Does he ever remember the nights of the rasa dance? The meaning is this: he who is now the ruler is the subject of attractive talks, such as verse 39, which are now worshipped by us gopis, who are now like starving beggars. They do not directly mention his name because they worry that this will make him appear insignificant. Does he remember those nights? Those nights are different from the present and past nights, because there were so many nights like this, it is impossible to forget them. Does he remember those nights sometime? In those nights in Vrindavan, pleasant with lotus and jasmine flowers and the moon, at that time he enjoyed with some gopis who were dear to him. They could not become unhappy like us, whom you now see. He enjoyed playing in the gathering, attractive with the sound of ankle bells, with all those women who were similar to us. And Sanatana Goswami writes, does he remember us after obtaining the city women? Does he ever remember the nights of the rasa dance? This describes their qualification to be remembered by him. The plural is used to indicate that the gopis were innumerable. He enjoyed on those nights in playing during the dance while our and his ankle bells jingled, or he was the subject of attractive talks in gatherings of the gopis after the dance. The gopis were the proper assistants. Vrindavan was the proper place. The autumn season with lotuses was the proper time. The ankle bells jingled while engaged in pastimes or while dancing. He spoke attractively when they requested him. This was the proper cause for his enthusiasm. Or does he remember those nights in which he enjoyed with us, whom he accepted as lovers, priyabhihi? The devatas appeared on vehicles at that time and praised him with songs attractive to him and the world, speaking about his cleverness. That should be remembered. That should also be remembered. Or, being the subject of attractive praise by the city women, does he remember those nights? The talks also praised those nights. Sanatana Goswami says it very concisely in this one part of his tika. The gopis were the proper assistants. Vrindavan was the proper place. The autumn season with lotuses was the proper time. The ankle bells jingled while engaged in pastimes or while dancing. He spoke attractively when they requested him. This was the proper cause for his enthusiasm. So Krishna is fully enthusiastic and happy when he's in Vrindavan. And the gopis are saying, how is he happy now? How can he be happy now? He's not here with us, because this was the perfect time. Nowhere else in the universe could one find such a charming scene as the Vrindavan forest. There's no place like Vrindavan. Vrindavan has all the elements for the perfect rasa between the gopis and Sri Krishna, in which he can enjoy and they enjoy having him enjoy. And it's stated that no one loved Krishna as much as the gopis, and thus no one else could understand him as well. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in one part of his Tika, says, "Who in Mathura knows how to make the crowns, the unguents, garlands, and betel nuts preparations? By remaining in Mathura, Krishna's happiness has completely disappeared. We will die just thinking of his lack of bliss." They're not interested in their bliss, they're interested in Krishna's bliss, and they know that only Krishna can enjoy in Vrindavan with them, because there's no other place which has all the elements for the enjoyment of this highest of all relationships. And this highest of all relationships cannot be understood by anyone but the gopis. Even Krishna himself, he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so that he can understand this highest of all rasas, because even he is bewildered by this relationship he has with Srimati Radharani and her expansions, the gopis. So Uddhava, coming from Mathura, he's an advanced devotee. I mean, how pure is Uddhava? Uddhava is Krishna's best friend. He is the associate who Krishna depends upon for all advice. He even looks like Krishna because he's so full of Krishna consciousness. But Uddhava, he can't understand this. He cannot understand the depth of the feelings that the gopis have for Krishna, because this depth is beyond the understanding of anyone but them. And this is the great mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas, that they have allowed us to enter into a sampradaya, into a line of disciplic succession, where this highest form of love of God is being given freely. It's given freely, but it often isn't taken so freely, because we don't often really understand how great it is. We become wrapped up in other the word is ancillary thinking. I mean, other ideas that they may be in the arena of Krishna consciousness, but they aren't actually the target of the Krishna consciousness that we're being given by the Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada. So this Krishna consciousness is so rare and so special that we have to understand it from our side of this divide, so to speak. That's the divide between those rasic devotees who are relishing the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with his most intimate disciples and intimate associates, and the rest of us who may be devotees, but we're not on that platform where we can actually have an undivided love for Krishna, in which there is no separation. There's no gap. There's no on-reverence. There's no double take, in a sense. You know, when Vasudeva and Devaki, they saw that Krishna was killing the wrestlers with ease, and that he killed Kamsa, they sort of had a double take. Who is this? Our son? He must be God. There's no way that they're having this kind of understanding, the gopis. It doesn't come into play. Uddhava doesn't really come into play either, but he knows philosophically where Krishna is coming from. That's why he's making this presentation. But we fall firmly in that side, which cannot understand the divine forgetfulness of the Brajavasis, who are covered forever in Yoga Maya, simply loving Krishna without any break, without any sort of of impediment. Even when they're separated, there's no impediment because all the emotions that they experience in separation, they're also full of loving sentiment. There's nothing but love. So how great is this love? Well, this love is so great that we can't appreciate it until we come to a platform when we can actually appreciate that. And it's not a bad thing that we can't appreciate it. It's just because we're on a platform which is not yet mature enough to understand. And this is given by Lord Chaitanya in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the chapter where Lord Chaitanya describes the glories of Sri Krishna, which is Madhya Lila chapter 21. He speaks many, many verses about the glories and the beauty and the power of Krishna's pastimes in relationship to the story of the Brahma Mahan Lila, which is where Lord Brahma is bewildered by Krishna when Lord Brahma tries to play that trick on Krishna, stealing his calves and cowherd boys. Now, Brahma, he is the creator of the whole universe, and he's certainly very Krishna conscious. He is the head of our sampradaya, the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So there can't be someone even greater than Brahma. He's the greatest in the universe. But his love for Krishna, which is there, is not of the caliber of those who are residents of Vrindavan. And Lord Chaitanya, he exalts the love of the gopis through his retelling of the story of Brahma's bewilderment, which he speaks in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in chapter number 21, which is the instruction to Sanatana Goswami. I'll begin with verse number 9. And there are so many verses, I'm just going to read a few. But it's important to understand that is through understanding this tattva of Brahma that we can actually make advancement to understand the highest tattva, which is the tattva of what Radha Krishna Prem is in the association of gopis, the gopis' love for Krishna. So, beginning with verse number 9 of chapter 21 of the Madhya Lila. And this is also a verse that is quoted from Lord Brahma. This is Lord Chaitanya speaking. O Supreme Great One, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, Master of all mystic power, your pastimes are taking place continuously in these worlds. But who can estimate where, how, and when you are employing your spiritual energy and performing your pastimes? No one can understand the mysteries of these pastimes. So, the first thing we have to understand is that we can't understand, no one can understand, even Brahma can't understand. So, let's just see what Lord Chaitanya says, how we, not understanding, enter into these pastimes at whatever level we can and become purified. The spiritual qualities of Krishna are also unlimited. Great personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the four Kumaras cannot estimate the spiritual qualities of Krishna. These are great personalities. These are the Mahajans. These are the highest level devotees that we can even imagine, and they can't estimate. They're not able to actually fully grasp the actual truth of Krishna's loving relationships with the gopis. This is another verse which is quoted from Lord Brahma. In time, great scientists may be able to count all the atoms of the universe, all the stars and planets in the sky, and all the particles of snow. But who among them can count the unlimited transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He descends on the surface of the globe for the benefit of all living entities. Who would know how great God is, or even be able to have this information, this image, these images, and these descriptions that we can't really understand? We wouldn't even have those if Krishna didn't actually appear to give those to us. And they're so great that even if one could count all the stars, then you wouldn't be able to count all of Krishna's qualities. And in fact, I read recently, some time ago, and the scientists know this, that one scientist said there are more galaxies in the universe than there are grains of sand on the planet. And there are more stars in each of these galaxies than there are grains of sand on the planet. So imagine, just go to Wrightsville Beach and just try to count grains of sand in 1 square foot. We're talking about numbers that don't calculate. They may be able to count them. That's what Lord Brahma says. They might get there, but they'll never get to understand Krishna. The transcendental autocrat is ever inviting the fallen conditioned souls to associate with him in love, but they can't associate because they're trying to always estimate how big and how great Krishna is, and it can't be done. Krishna can't be grasped by anything but pure love. That's the only way to grasp him. You can't be a jnani or a karmi or a scientist or anything in this world and grasp Krishna. So, going on, Lord Chaitanya speaks, to say nothing of Lord Brahma, even Lord Ananta, who has thousands of heads, cannot reach the end of the Lord's transcendental qualities, even though he is continuously chanting their praises. This is Lord Anantadev, who is the divine serpent incarnation of Lord Balaram, on whom the Lord rests as Mahavishnu, and he's chanting forever, and he never chants anything twice. It just keeps going on and on and on. Such is the greatness of Krishna. And this is a quote by Lord Brahma coming from the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and Lord Chaitanya quotes, "If I, Lord Brahma, and your elder brothers, the great saints and sages, cannot understand the limits of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of various energies, who else can understand them? Although constantly chanting about his transcendental qualities, the 1,000-hooded Lord Shesha has not reached the end of the Lord's activities." Next verse. To say nothing of Anantadev, even Lord Krishna himself cannot find an end to his own transcendental qualities. Indeed, he himself is always eager to know them. And thus we know that Lord Chaitanya comes to taste his loving relationship with Radharani because he can't understand it without being in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Without actually, the gopis' mood of love for Krishna can't even be understood by the Lord himself. Next verse. This is a verse from the personified Vedas speaking in the Krishna book. It's or in the Bhagavatam, 1087:41. My Lord, you are unlimited. Even the predominating deities of the higher planetary systems, including Lord Brahma, cannot find your limitations, nor can you yourself ascertain the limit of your qualities. Like atoms in the sky, there are multi-universes with 7 coverings, and these are rotating in due course of time. All the experts in Vedic understanding are searching for you by eliminating the material elements. In this way, searching and searching, they come to the conclusion that everything is complete in you. Thus, you are the resort of everything. This is the conclusion of all the Vedic experts. And still, this is outside. This is the outside. This is discovering the bottle of honey, saying, aha, there's the bottle of honey, but not being able to taste it because you don't have the strength, the strength is love, to open up the jar. They can find those conclusions through all this study, but no one can actually enter this sweet relationship without the key, which is pure love of God. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, part of the purport I'll read here. Bahunam janmanam ante gyanavam mam prapadyate vasudevam savamiti samahatma sadurlabhaha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. So there are many, many devotees and many, many advanced personalities, and they're able to understand so much, and even leave this material world and enter into Vaikuntha Loka. But for one to actually have the full understanding of this highest of all rasas and be able to enter into that loving mood, bahunam janmanam ante, it's going to take a while. Prabhupada said it could happen in this life. It can happen in this life, but it may not happen in this life. Therefore, we pray, janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhaktira hoita ki twai. We will take birth after birth to engage in devotional service so that we can reach this goal. This goal is the highest goal, and it takes time, lifetimes, to become purified. But the purification's there, as we'll hear in the Bhagavad, and as Lord Chaitanya will speak in the next couple verses. He will make it very clear how that purification happens. Apart from all argument, logic, negative or positive processes, when Lord Sri Krishna was present as the Supreme Personality of Godhead at Vrindavan, no one could find a limit to his potencies by studying his characteristics and activities. Can't understand it. Study all you want, become as learned as all we want, read as many books as we want, but we still can't understand. At Vrindavan, the Lord immediately created all material and spiritual planets in one moment. Indeed, all of them were created with their predominating deities. So, all this is, everything we see here, everything that exists everywhere, and they're making the point that there are unlimited universes with unlimited planets, was created by Krishna in one moment in Vrindavan. Well, that seems to go against what the teaching is, through the processes of how Mahavishnu breathes out the universe and the universes, and then Garbhodaksha Vishnu is entered into each of the universes, and then Lord Brahma comes in each of the universes, and it's a very detailed, complicated process. But actually it begins with Krishna simply saying, I want it. That's it. Nothing else. I want it. It's what I want. And there was no time when that happened because it happens outside of time. So it's all there, always. But we're on the outside. We're on the outside. So Lord Chaitanya says, E mata anyatra nahi suniye abuta yahara shravane chitta haya avaduta. If we do not hear of such wonderful things anywhere else, simply by one's hearing of those incidents, one's consciousness is agitated and cleansed. We do not hear of such wonderful things anywhere else. Simply by one's hearing of those incidents, one's consciousness is agitated and cleansed. The word here, avaduta, means agitated and cleansed. And Prabhupada writes in his purport, when Lord Krishna was present in earthly Vrindavan, Lord Brahma, taking him to be an ordinary cowherd boy, wanted to test his potency. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabi. Not only did Krishna create all the paraphernalia of his spiritual energy, but he also created unlimited material universes with unlimited Brahmas. All these pastimes, which are described in Srimad Bhagavatam, will cleanse one's consciousness. In this way, one can actually understand the absolute truth. It's by hearing the Bhagavatam from the lips of a realized devotee and being cleansed in this way. Lord Chaitanya is giving us this understanding that it's not intellectual. This is a spiritually cleansing process by which the Shabda Brahman, coming from the mouth of the pure devotee, gives us, cleanses our hearts and agitates us, agitates in a good way, to become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada writes in the second paragraph of this purport, the word avaduta, meaning rambling, agitating, moving, absorbed, defeated. In some readings of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Yahara Shravane Chitta Mala Hayaduta, not avaduta, but Hayaduta. Instead of the word avaduta, the words Hayaduta, meaning that the heart or consciousness is cleansed, are used. When the consciousness is cleansed, one can understand what and who Krishna is. This is confirmed by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, and this is verse 728 of the Bhagavad Gita, but actually let's look at 727. This is our condition, 727, Icha dvesha samutena, dvanva mohena bharata, sarva bhutani sammoham, sarge yante parantapa. O Sayana Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by the dualities arisen from desire and hate. Icha dvesha, a desire and hate. So, because we're all here envious, full of malice, separate from Krishna and attacking one another for so many reasons, we can't understand anything. We are separated by that icha dvesha. But then the next verse says, Yesham twanta gatam papam, jananam punya karmanam, te dvanva moha nirmukta, bhajante mam dritavrata. With dritavrata, determination. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives, and we should understand that this piously is not material piety, but Krishna conscious activities. And in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So this is the key. If we keep looking at the distance and we see that we can't understand, don't even understand that we can't understand, but engage in the process of Krishna consciousness, and gradually Krishna gives us understanding step by step by step, so that we know we're on the right path. Just as, the air traffic controller is helping the pilot fly up airplane, they can land when they can't even see, because he knows step by step by step, the next thing you do, and you can actually land even in the fog. So we're in a fog, but Krishna is helping us land in Goloka Vrindavan through this process given to us by Srila Prabhupada, step by step by step. And this is Prabhupada's mercy, because certainly I'm not qualified for this. But if somehow or other we can follow Prabhupada, then our life will be perfect. Hare Krishna.
What you have to do is unplug it and plug it back in. Yeah. See, it just has to reset. Yeah, twice I did.
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Menam Kanvandam Maravindadalaya Taksham Varhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobham
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Asa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiranganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham
Page 25. And because this is very long, maybe we can all sing it together. Gopinath Mama Nivedana Suno Gopinath Mama Nivedana Suno Vishai Durjana Sadaka Marata Kichu nahi mora guna Gopinath Gopinath Amara varasa tumi Tomara charane Loino sharana Tomara kinkora ami Gopinath Gopinath Kemone shodive more Na jani vakati Karme jadamati Porechi samsara gore Gopinath Gopinath Sakali tomara maya Nahi mamala Jnana sunirmala Swadhinana he ekaya Gopinath Gopinath Niyata charane sana Mage pamara Kandiya kandiya Goro he karuna dana Gopinath Gopinath Tumi to sakali paro Durjane tarite Tomara sakati Ke ache papira aro Gopinath Gopinath Tumi kripa bhara Jivera karane Asiya prapanche Lila koile suvistara Gopinath Gopinath Amiki doshe doshi Asudar sakala Pailo charana Vinodata kilovosi Gopinath 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 Gopinath. Translation. Everybody please. Oh Gopinath, Lord of the Gopis, please hear my prayer. I am a materialistic rascal, always full of lust. I have no good qualifications. Oh Gopinath, you are my only resort. As your eternal servant, I take shelter of your lotus feet. Oh Gopinath, how can I uplift myself? I don't know anything regarding devotional service. I'm weak-minded and have fallen into a pit of illusion. Oh Gopinath, everything here is but your illusory energy. I have no power or pure knowledge, and I'm bound by material body. Oh Gopinath, I desire to remain always at your lotus feet. Please take this sinner weeping and weeping and show me your mercy. Oh Gopinath, you can do anything. You have purified the most wicked by your power, but who is more wicked than me? Oh Gopinath, you are the ocean of mercy. Having come into this phenomenal world, you expand your divine pastimes for the sake of the fallen souls. Oh Gopinath, I am so sinful that although all the demons attain to lotus feet, Bhakti Vinod has remained in worldly existence. Gopinath, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Jaya Radha Goloka Nanda Radha Goloka Nanda Radha Goloka Nanda Si Radhe. Jaya Radha Goloka Nanda Radha Goloka Nanda Radha Goloka Nanda Si Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Punamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Tadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrisha Mihajani Nanuraga Trinada Pisunichena Tarora Pisahishuna Amani Namana Dena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajakadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavam Budau Kripayatava Pada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nayanam Galashudaraya Vadanam Gadgadarudaya Kira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishava Padamratam Panastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Karotuva Yatatatava Vinatolam Pato Mat Pranatastu Savanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge, transcendental bliss, and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, the intentional chanting of your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others in such a holy name alone constantly. Oh, Almighty Lord, desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I want beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand and end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me brokenhearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.